This is a PSA to anyone who does not run ethanol in their car. What are you doing? So you guys are probably wondering, where is this? I'm gonna turn my car off. So you guys are probably wondering, where is this ethanol speech coming from? Let's just say yesterday, my car just didn't feel good. You know, the G20 was struggling. It just felt like I was getting limited on power. It just wasn't smooth. It wasn't that G20 B58 kind of delivery. I thought, you know what? There's only one way to do this. It's time to whip out the MHD Wi-Fi adapter. We're gonna run some logs and we're gonna see what the deal is. And to my finding, remember, we're on 91 stage 2 tune, but I'm on 92 octane, which is funny, but if I whip open my app here, check this out. You guys are gonna be shocked. This is science. It's really windy, I apologize. Third gear, cylinder timing. So this is what we need to be concerned with, right? A lot of timing means that something's wrong, something's not good. This is third gear on 91 with 92 octane throughout my RPM range. Right when I get into boost, look at all that timing. Okay, that one's actually not that bad compared to the other ones, but see, I'm getting timing now. Let's check fourth gear. Throughout my rev range. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. Every single cylinder has timing, and that's at what? A little over 6,000 RPM? Guys, this is not good. This is exactly why the G20 was struggling. I could feel it. It didn't feel right. Check this out. I literally decided I'm gonna go to the ethanol station. We're just gonna put in $15. Okay, that's all I had, $15. I slapped in 3.5 gallons into this puppy right here. That B58 right there. First time ever using ethanol. Literally was nervous. I thought I was putting in the wrong fuel and my car was gonna blow up. So I know all you people out there that are intimidated by ethanol, don't be, okay? It says E85, it's usually yellow, it's super easy, just more expensive, at least in my area. But check this out. With ethanol, so this is a third gear pool with 3 gallons throughout my entire rev range. 2,500 all the way up to revving out. Not a single timing correction. Same thing with my fourth gear pool, all the way up, revving all the way out. Look at that. Oh my gosh. My B58 is breathing now. It's finally healed. This is what I need. This is what I needed. Don't be scared to put ethanol in your car. All I know is I'm gonna be running it all the time now. I'm not gonna stop putting E in my car, guys. So let's go get that sensor. All right, I just had to give you a little bit right there, just a little bit. Also, if you guys didn't know, I am running the Master of Art and Design catback exhaust. So mad exhaust. I love it. I don't want to stop driving my car. I've always wanted a 2JZ, 1JZ. I love that inline 6 sound. So now that I have it, I mean, that's enough. People are looking over here. The river floaters. Alrighty, we finally made it to the post office. It's the prison one. Look at this place, it's like a prison. They got my package here. We're gonna pick up our FlexFuel kit, or sensor, I should say. We're gonna get this bad boy put in, hopefully, today. The package is successfully secured. FlexFuel, you can feel the ethanol. I'm so excited to get this thing put in my car because it's just gonna be cool to see my E content regardless. Like who doesn't want that? Plus, if there's some crazy way for them to code it up on here, it just says like E and then the number, that would be insane. So let me know, some of you guys with that Bimmer plug stuff, if you can do it up there. I know that there is a way to change your stuff, like your HUD. I don't think there's a way to put ethanol content up there, but technically it is a reading from the DME. That would be really sweet. So someone comment down below if that's a real thing. But we're gonna head back and I'm gonna see if my buddy, the guy with the F30, can help me install this tonight. That'd be great. Just gotta stop at Whole Foods and get some stuff. You guys know the deal. Whole Foods, you know my engine is eating healthy. So I would like to think you guys are too. gosh. Look at that G20 sunset. This G20 right here has no idea that it's about to get a sensor. And not just any sensor, an ethanol sensor. Guys, here it is. The infamous MHD FlexFuel ethanol sensor. If I crack this puppy open, it's a pretty simple installation. Okay, we got some piping that goes on the, I believe, the low pressure fuel pump. Here is the actual sensor that it sends it through. So you attach those on both sides. You got your little like sensor guy right here to let you know it's working. And then you have the DME connection that kind of piggybacks onto the original DME spot. So it's a pretty simple installation. Should probably take us, it's gonna be like 3 guys, maybe 30 minutes. This little G20 right here is going to be able to read ethanol, and that's going to unlock a world of possibilities with this car. Okay, and my wheels are so dirty. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so nice. It's a perfect shirt for this job.
I'm sick.
So basically, how this install works, we have to disconnect the terminal right here, because what happens is the car will prime itself and it will squirt fuel. And obviously we don't want that. That allows the car not to be on during the process. So then we let the fuel lines drain, attach the little modules, should be perfect. So we just disconnected the negative terminal. Apparently the car is still on.
That's so weird.
So our YouTube mechanic is...
I wonder if it has to do with the mild hybrid system.
This is a 2020, it doesn't have one.
That doesn't make any sense. I just disconnected the negative battery terminal. The car should be completely off.
This BMW is indestructible.
How is it on right now?
So basically, our biggest thing, we just drained the high pressure and it squirted a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. This guy right here. So that squirted just a little bit. We're draining that, disconnected some of the modules here. And then there's gonna be like a connection somewhere on this line. We need to figure it out just because there's no videos for the G series, which of course, it's always like that. So far, it's the B58 and I just realized, dude, it's so true. This charge pipe is literally plastic. So one thing I'm a little sketched out about is the gas that just sprayed from the fuel line into the engine. It's not that much, but still I just don't like the thought of having gasoline just sitting in my engine bay. It's not a good thought. So we're trying to basically get the fitment in there nice and buttery. So it's quite the Tetris right now, making sure that the pump and everything is all aligned. We just started it up to check the leakage to see if we have any leaks going on with our high pressure. Certified, are we leak free?
We're running on 5 cylinders.
But are we leak free?
Yeah.
Now we are on to the fun stuff, which is the DME connections right here. So we'll pop that guy off and we'll go back to YouTube to figure this out. Check her out. There she is, right there. We're starting her up, making sure there's no leaks or anything. FlexFuel install.
Jesus. I think it's
easy?
a waste of money.
Whoa, this guy loves flicking his finger on the map switch.
It's easy. Just smell, but you know, it's convenient.
Okay. Aggressive there. Sexual. Oh my. We're gonna go to Wi-Fi. We are going to connect to MHD, just like so. Boom, connected. We are now gonna go to our MHD app. We're gonna go to monitor, data logging. Now it should be able to read for ethanol content. Let's see. So it's CAN. Okay. Hold on. Hey, Austin, what?
All right, start her
Hold
up.
on, we just flashed the FlexFuel right here, stage 2. We're gonna see if this changes things. Yeah, try starting it up. All right.
Oh, that was just the...
So many, all right, let's see here. Oh,
Yeah, see?
bingo. I'm at E27 right now.
Bro,
Look at that.
I was close. I was
E27. Isn't that sick? It literally tells me the active. How cool would it be to literally put it right next to like the temperature? How sick would that be? So I don't ever have to look on the app because it's literally a DME readout. You know what I mean? If we wanted to, I could just dump E in it and it will automatically adjust. You see how cool that is? That's why FlexFuel's sick, because I don't have to do anything. Well, E27, baby. It's the fastest tune my car's ever had. It's literally the fastest tune my car's ever had. All right, shutter. I didn't have it last. I've never had an E30 tune on my car before. We're at E27. I've literally just been running 91, which is like the base of the base. This is gonna feel nuts. I have no idea what the wheel horsepower is for E30 on a G20. It's exciting. I think we're gonna go dump some more E into it. I think we're gonna get up to E50 tonight and see what kind of power we're putting down. I'm excited, honestly. I mean, my car was at the baseline of tune. The TU pump's gonna be juiced up. First time on an E-tune. I've literally only been on 91, so this is gonna be very, very interesting. I don't know what kind of power E30 puts down, but like I said, it's gonna be quite a show. Oh my God. Oh, boys, we've been missing out. Oh. Hold on. All right, guys, there's a magic number, okay? We're gonna do 3.5 gallons. Hopefully that should put us at E50. I might do 4. There you have it. We have officially hit E50 for the first time ever. Let me just make sure we're still in the FlexFuel tune, bro. And then cylinder timing, that'll be good too, to kind of see if we have any cylinder correction issues. But first time E50, let's see what she's got. So today we can finally drive with our new FlexFuel tune. But what's so nice about this is I've never run the E50 tune before. I've always just done the 91 octane tune, and now I understand the hype. It's a world of a difference. Honestly, it doesn't feel that much faster, other than when you get up in the higher gears. I feel like it just keeps pulling, like the torque still stays there, whereas like 91, it pulls hard in the first couple gears and then it just like dies. It almost feels like the engine is like trying to keep up with the car, and it can't. It feels like it's kind of over revving and it's not really going anywhere. But the E50, it just keeps pulling. That's the biggest thing that I notice between the two, and it launches a little bit harder as well. So, but yeah, this is the FlexFuel. I'm super stoked about it. Giving away any surprises yet? Let's just say I did FlexFuel for a reason. I'm not going to tell you what that is for yet, but I think you guys have a pretty good idea. And why else would I be running FlexFuel other than a let's just say something bigger. Let's just say my transmission is gonna be hurting. That's all I'm gonna say. I definitely wanna do some tests with maybe like E40, E50 with some draggy now that I have this set up, just to see what it's like on the stock turbo in the current mods I have right now. If you guys haven't looked into FlexFuel yet, I highly recommend it. It just makes it so much easier filling it up, and it's honestly nice that you can actually know how much ethanol is in your tank, because you might be doing the math correctly and the ethanol quality could be just ass. So you really don't know the percentage you're putting in. This always allows you to stay safe. So if you guys enjoyed this video, I'm gonna do like one little pull here. See you guys in the next one, all right?